Welcome back, Programming 12. We are going to be taking a look at the spike. The spike is fairly simple in terms of the terrain type itself, but we're going to have to do a little bit of extra work to make the spike mean something, to make it do the thing that it's supposed to do. So you can see the spike down here. I drew it myself. I'm so proud. If you can find a better spike, please feel free. But if you want to use that one, it's in Teams, so you can download it. And look, ow, no, actually it doesn't hurt at all to walk on the spike. It feels great. It's like a foot massage. Honestly, nothing is different about the spike than the brick except the image. If you look at the code, oh, that's not actually true. The image is different, and the name is also different. And actually the name is going to mean a lot, because the way we're going to make a spike actually poke the character and do damage is in a separate piece of code. The main thing here is just to load in. So you'll see I have a new color, and I've loaded it from the map. Which is somewhere, I don't know where. Yeah, here. So I just added some purple in. I noted the hex code, and I downloaded the spike image and included it in my data folder. So I'm ready to rock. Let's go and make a spike spiky. So again, that's actually going to be inside of our fPlayer class. So another thing that our act function is going to do is check for collisions. Right now, this is our lovely sort of like movement stuff. So I'm going to make a separate movement function. Void, I guess it's not just movement. It might be other actions and stuff. So handle input might be a good way to do it. And all this stuff is the handle input stuff. It's like, if I press a key, what does my character do? So then I'm going to call handle input. And I'd also like to, in my act function, not just handle input, but also check for collisions. So check for collisions. How do you spell collisions? I think that's right. If I'm wrong, you can shout at me. I don't have a collision, check for collisions function yet, so it doesn't like it. Luckily, it doesn't care too much. Void check for collisions. Okay, so what is this going to do? So basically, I can use the get contacts function that we used in the volleyball game, and I can use that to get a list of what my character is touching. And if I'm touching a spike, well then, I guess I'm hurt in some way. So I can make a nice loop to do all that kind of stuff. You might want to look at your volleyball game to sort of pull that information in. I'll give you a demonstration right here. So what I can do is I can say get contacts, and that will return a list of all the things that are contacting or touching the F box that is the player. And I'll probably want to save that in some kind of array list. So I'll say array list, and then I forget is it's F contacts, and I'll give it a name like contacts equals get contacts semicolon. F contacts does not exist. Oh, sorry, because it's F contact. There we go. And contacts, well, we haven't used it yet, so it's a warning. Okay, so now contacts is an array list that has a list of these F contact objects. As we learned in the volleyball game, those are little reports that sort of each one talks about the collision with a different body that's happening in the world. If this list is size 0, that means I'm not touching anything because I'm not generating any contact, F contact objects. So I guess I'm not contacting anything. So if there are things in the list, I can loop through them and we can take a look. So let's do it. Let's do a for loop. Int I equals 0. Well, I is less than contacts.size and I plus plus. Okay, so that looks nice. And what I'll do is I will take a look at each contact object one at a time. So the first thing I'll do is I will fetch our current contact at the index. So I will say contacts.get I, and I will save that in a temporary variable. Yeah, I guess I will. It's an F contact. I'll call it FC or something. I don't know. It's just a temporary local variable. And then I can check to see if FC involves a spike. So the way to do that is just say if fc dot contains spike. And that's gonna look, that's gonna look at the names of the things that are in the contact list. And if one of them is a spike, this will turn true. At least in this particular contact, but it'll loop through all the contacts, so that'll be fine. And right now, just to test it, I'm gonna make it just teleport. So I'll say set position 0, 0. So we'll teleport, far away. And remember, a set position, because we're in the fPlayer class, that's going to refer to the player itself. I don't have to put something dot set position. It'll refer to the fbox that this class extends. So let's go. Let's find out what happens. Oh, we will jump onto a spike, and boom! Yeah, it teleported. Nice. Now, we'll probably want to make it so that you lose lives. Maybe you should start again. Or maybe we should set this in some kind of timer or something. But for now, you can just teleport back to the beginning of the level and then lose a life. And eventually we'll put it in the mode framework so that you will die if you have no lives. And that should work. So there you go, folks. That's spikes. And I hope that works out well for you. Okay, take care.